3, 2, 1. All right, we're back. This is now episode 7. So if you really wanted to sit down, guys, the Upper Left Pod has a full week of content for you to watch. For free. We're not even charging you guys for it.
No,
not even charging you. We're just
not yet.
Not yet. Probably never going to happen. I mean, are you kidding me? We're never going to happen. We're just doing this for fun. This is never going to happen. But for right now, guys.
Can I say something real quick?
You may. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to do a thing. I didn't know if I told you this, but this cat is going to make some NFL picks this year.
Oh, my God. What's his name?
I'm going to film it. It's Diego. He's going to make. So
you're going to film it and throw it on our Twitter and Instagram?
Okay. I'll show you. I got the cat, and then I made flashcards of each team. So I'll make the matchups with a treat each time. And it won't be this week because I'm going to Hawaii, or next week, maybe next week because I get back from Hawaii.
Why don't you do it tomorrow when you have free time?
Because I leave at 8 in the morning, Andrew. When am I going to get up at 6 in the morning and film my cat picking games? No, I'm going to do it.
The people want to see Diego pick. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do it with my dog. I'll do the same thing. So we'll see.
You should do it with one of your daughters.
Ooh, no, because I want to leave.
Don't say their name. Just say my daughter's picks and do them off camera. And then just
have them just put their hand. Okay, yeah, I'll have my daughter's pick. I'll have one of my daughter's pick.
Don't even have video. Just give her the thing and be like, "Hey, who do you pick?" And then we'll tweet them out.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have pictures of each team, and they're going to grab the picture of each team. That's what we'll do. Okay, that's
but Diego's. I just did that because he jumped up right next to me. I was planning doing it at the end, but I don't know when he'll be around. He's a
all right. Cat. So we're gonna have. So we're not.
Diego is gonna make some picks, probably starting week 2. This week he has to watch. He has to watch the games, guys.
He has to figure it out. He's new to this thing. He has to get it. Okay, that's fair.
I was just doing that because he was right here. That was the only reason I did that.
Diego's picks of the week. I like it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna pick all 16?
I'm gonna try it. See how many treats he wants.
How many treats he wants? Okay, good. All right, I like it. I would like to go animal to animal. Your cat Diego versus my dog Obi, and see which one is the smarter of the two.
Yeah, who knows the NFL better?
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go Obi versus Diego. NFL picks, all 16 games. Who's gonna win? That's what we're gonna do.
It's not gonna be all. It's gonna start week 2. Then it has to start
week 2. Well, you have to watch week 1. They have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Have to figure it out. Okay, I like that. Okay, so before we start, I have to get on my soapbox. Actually, not soapbox. I have to apologize.
Humbly grovel
that I did not pick one winner of college football. Technically I did get the LSU one right, but I didn't put it on my card. I just had it. So I had to humbly apologize to the people, the 6 people that actually watch us.
You're just lucky that A&A is not open yet.
I wouldn't have my house anymore. We can't do college football anyway. Get up there, but we can do NFL. I'm a much better picker of the NFL than I am of college because also with college, you don't know what you're going to get.
So I went 2 for 4, 50%, not that bad. And my lock hit, bam, underdog. Georgia, I said take the money line straight up. You did. Me making your money.
I was not. I was terrible, and so I'm sorry to the 6 people that watch.
North Carolina. Oh my God! Enter Sandman ended that quickly. I told you the Enter Sandman effect. I even said it.
You were right. Sam Howell did not look very good.
He didn't look great, but
he didn't look great.
First game of the year.
First game with fans. The fans matter. Fans are back.
Fans change everything.
Fansville, as Dr. Pepper would say. Fans matter. And Enter Sandman just buried me.
Deb. And then what other games? Or do you want to do best and worst of the weekend now?
I'll do my best and worst. My worst was my picks. Alabama is still Alabama. That was a stupid pick. Miami had
Yeah,
no
I don't
shot in
know.
that
I
game.
told you that too. I was like, what do they got?
North
I'm like
Carolina,
5 stars.
North Carolina was not very good. They were
No.
terrible. Oregon did not look great either. But
I
I will
told
say,
you that was going to be a tough game.
Anthony Brown's a quarterback was solid. So I will take that. Anthony Brown looked solid. So
He
I
didn't
do
look
have
that.
some.
I didn't see the game, but I watched highlights and heard reactions
He
and read.
He
They
was
said he looked
solid.
all right.
Yeah, he was solid. He was okay, not great. He was solid. He did his job.
Yeah.
But when Thibodeau went out with the ankle, that completely changed the game.
Yeah, and I have a hot take on that.
Hang on, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And then my Northwestern pick was not good. They didn't cover. That was bad. And then my lock of the week of the Miami, I thought Miami was better. I thought Derek King would be able to get it done. That was a bad idea. I went with my heart instead of my gut. Never go with your heart when you're doing picks, guys. Go with your gut. And my gut the entire time was like, you're an idiot. And I was an idiot. So I promise you guys this. I'm going to look right here. I'm giving the Tim Tebow. We have to be better. We will be better. I promise you I'll be better. God bless. I'm out. I'm telling you right now, I have to. There's no other way but up. I go 0-4 first week of college football. Not going to happen. Yikes. So I'm sorry. My best of the weekend was we won our opening football game 38-20. It was at one point 30-0, and then it got to 38-20, and then we were inside the red zone 6 times in the second half. We were inside the 5 3 times and came away with 0 points. It just happens, man.
Yeah,
but we played well. But when you put up 38 points in the first half, you're doing something right. So we're going in the right direction. We're slowly climbing. Week 1, we're on our way up. We have another good game, another test this week. So hopefully that goes well. So best of the weekend, getting a win. Also having a 4-day weekend was great. And then a lot of college football. And then my worst was just me just flat out being terrible at picking college football teams.
All right. My worst of the weekend is my Beavs loss.
Yeah,
and I picked them.
At one
they
point,
should have. All right, I'm just going to give it a little plus side. Their defense looks way better than they did.
I watched a little bit
they
of it.
They just need to play Nolan. Just go with Nolan. He made it look way better. I will be in Hawaii watching my Bees play Hawaii in Corvallis. It's weird, but that's how it's going.
You're just flipping spots. You guys are going to go like this.
Yeah. I was like, I've seen Oregon State play Hawaii in Corvallis, but I've never seen it from the islands. And it's on at 5. It's at 8 at night here, so it's 5 p.m. there. So that'll be fun.
3 hour difference about that.
So that's probably my best of the week.
That was your worst.
And my worst is my Beavers loss, and my best.
What's your best?
I'm going to Hawaii.
Where are you going in Hawaii?
Maui.
If there's a place,
it's close to where the Maui Invitational is.
Oh,
very close.
What's that thing called? Maui Gyms, sunglasses.
Yeah,
you know what it's called? Maui Gyms. Yeah. You gonna bring me back something cool?
Probably candy, if anything.
I don't want candy. You know what I want?
I'm
Jordan?
not. No,
you know what I want?
You're not getting anything.
I want a puka shell necklace with a shark tooth middle.
That's what I'm getting, like a leather one with a big old shark tooth on it. And then I love it when people go to Hawaii and they come back and they're like, "Oh, island life, man, totally changed." And then they're
what is that South Park episode? They're always drinking the old people, and that they go against it. It's the whatever, I can't remember what the drink they have, but
and they have to take the tiki raft down the old thing, and they all go to Costco.
Yes,
that's pretty much. I know. I don't know. I think it's a Howley is what they say. But
why does this thing? Okay, so I just got a notification on my phone. Final 4-4 Mariners over Astros. How do they end in a tie? What is going on right now? And by the way, the reason why we don't talk Mariners on this is because we don't want to jinx the Mariners. We don't want to go all in with Mariners.
It's 5-4.
Oh, okay. So Google was wrong. So we talk Mariners.
I wear Mariners, but we're not going to get anyone's hopes up by talking Mariners.
No. Here's the thing with Mariners. I will say this. This is my fear with the Mariners is they're doing this well right now, And the front office is going to say this team's good enough to do it again, and it's not. They have to go out and get something.
They got to get
pitching.
Go out.
They have to get a pitcher. And I think this year Noah Syndergaard's contract is up.
No, they're not getting him. There's some other pitcher from like Cleveland that's supposed to be pretty good. He's gonna be a free agent.
Is it the BB kid?
I don't know, but somewhere. I don't know enough about baseball. I just know the Mariners are decent, and this is the best they've played in forever.
Oh, yeah.
They do have like a series coming up against the Red Sox, so they can close that series.
They really can close out or really close that gap, which they need to do. But that's enough.
We'll talk about unless they're in the actual playoffs, we will not talk to them.
No, it's just it's a whisper.
Yeah.
It's a whisper.
Mariners.
All right, so
you see the Mariners. Andrew, I was playing disc golf the other day with my friends, and even they were like, "Oh, the Mariners," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're actually like 3 games out," and I'm like, "Yeah, this is what they do every year." And then, but then my other friend was like, "Wait, it's September?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's crazy because
just keep it quiet.
This usually happens in June, so
this is like you're trying to get your dog inside, and you don't want to scare him, have him run away. That's what we're doing right now with the Mariners. Yeah. We're trying to coax them into the playoffs without actually saying the P word. And we're trying to get them in. Let's come on. And if you get too quick, jump at them, they're gone.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to not scare them and not let them run off. All right. So that's our best and worst of the weekend. We're going to go straight into our college football week 1, because I don't count week 0, our week 1 takeaways from the NFL, from the college football week 1. And I got my first one, Jordan, then you can go. My first takeaway is this. 1, this is Georgia's year. I think Georgia is a solid football team all the way around. They looked good on offense. They looked good on defense. Special teams were good. Kirby Smart, I think this might be the best defense in college football. They looked, when you hold Clemson to 3 points and you hold DJ Jordan, you said you figured out.
Ungolele.
Whatever.
Ungolele. I can't. I said it earlier.
You're going to the island. You're going to the island. So you should figure out how to say his name when you go to the island. So you figure out how to ask him. He's from California, but it's a Hawaiian Samoan name. So we have to figure out, we have to realize, is this really the Georgia we're going to see all year? Or is this a Georgia team that's going to stumble at some point? Because to me, I took away was this. Yes, Alabama looked amazing against Miami, but Miami's not as good as we thought they were going to be. Clemson is still a very good team, and Georgia just said, done. They just shut them down in every which way. I mean, the only touchdown was
the only thing is their offense isn't that great. Hopefully it improves because their defense
is week 1.
Hold them in every game.
1. And they played
Clemson. You're on the right track though.
Yes. That was good. What was your first takeaway? To me, it was Georgia looked phenomenal.
My takeaway is the Pac-12 North, not good. Did not look good. Only one team won.
Can we just can we just pause?
No, hold on. Washington only scored 7 points against the FCS team. I am an Oregon State fan, and we have lost twice to an FCS school. But it was not because we didn't get shut down. It's because we just couldn't stop. They had a hot quarterback. It was Vernon Adams once.
Vernon Adams.
And Sacramento State one time, that was terrible because we had a terrible quarterback. And we finally put Mannion in, and he actually did something. Washington didn't even change their quarterback. They just were like, yep, this is what we're going to do. We're only
Washington was 20th. You say Oregon State lost those 2 teams. Oregon was terrible.
Washington was 25th when they lost to Eastern Washington.
Okay, yes. So this is now twice.
But that team also had Vernon Adams and Cooper Kupp on it,
who are both very good players.
Yeah.
Washington, I'm just going to hold for a 2-second laugh. I'm going to put in here. So 1, 2. Okay.
Washington.
You're ranked 20th.
Well, not anymore.
You're supposed to be a team that's supposed to compete for the Pac-12 North, and you lose to Montana. You're not doing your conference any favors.
They should have fired that coach, whoever the offensive coordinator are. They should have fired. Andrew, you could have scored more than 7. You could have scored 7 easy.
They should have scored more than 7. Montana is a good FCS team, but they're not a team that should hold Washington.
I don't care
points.
how good they are.
Washington. Not only that, Jordan, it was 7-0 going into the fourth quarter. Montana scored all of their 10 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So it was.
You know what, though? This only silver lining I found out of this is Oregon State could go to a bowl game, even though they lost to Purdue, because they could easily beat Washington State. They could easily beat Stanford, or not easy, but I could easily see it beating Stanford.
Stanford got boat raced by Kansas.
That was terrible. That was
awful. The Pac-12 did not do themselves any favor this week. That
except for UCLA. Except for UCLA.
UCLA looked good.
I was gonna. If you're not gonna say that, I was gonna say UCLA.
That was my second one. Was the Pac-12 did not do
you go
any favors.
with UCLA. Yeah,
the Pac-12 didn't do themselves any favors. Thank you for UCLA and the Jordan uniforms and Chip Kelly, who brought the visor back. So
those
visor
Chip Kelly's shirts.
Yeah, good one there. Yeah, the sissy blue shirt. Yeah, go Tigers. Yeah, that guy's a Nazi too. We can get that in a second. But that was the Pac-12 did not do themselves any favors. They did not look in that. Hopefully, Oregon kind of has a bounce back versus Ohio State, which I don't think they're going to. But I will say this: with the Pac-12 and the Big Ten playing, what we got with Oregon State, Purdue playing is what I hope the alliance turns into. Is that gave us a taste of what the alliance could be with that game of Purdue versus Oregon State was exactly what we wanted to see when it comes to the alliance and what could happen. I mean, think of how cool this would be to have, let's take a team. Let's say Washington State goes and plays a team like, I'm trying to say, like, what's a team over on the ACC? Like a
North Carolina
State. You get Washington State playing North Carolina State. Oh, and now we have Clemson flying over to go play USC. Just think about those things that you have now.
Or playing like USC in Las Vegas.
That'd be even cooler. Like right there.
Yeah.
So as much as the Pac-12 didn't do themselves any favor, even though the Beavs lost, Oregon didn't look great. Washington lost.
Or it
gave us a taste
playing in Seattle, or Oregon playing in Seattle against Michigan.
It just gave us a taste. That game, as bad as it was for Oregon State not winning it, it did I think really solidify that the alliance is a good thing for the Pac-10 or the Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the ACC. I think it's just going to be good things, and we're just going to shut down but we're going to draw a circle around the SEC and say,
except the SEC has Alabama.
I know. I'm just saying in general,
which is
teams, they're not going to be able to schedule
bringing
anybody.
A gun to a knife fight with Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama. Okay, so that was mine. What was your number two?
Alabama's going to win it.
I don't know. I think, it looked like they are going to win it again. It looked like they're going to win it again. They looked like they didn't miss a beat. Once again, just go find a former NFL washed up guy that got fired as an OC and then just put up 1,000,000 points, and it wasn't even close. And they just, like Bill O'Brien, who couldn't coach the NFL, all of a sudden can coach guys that, well, it's easy to coach at Alabama because you have the best players and everyone's just wide open. Like Miami didn't give them any fight. No. Alabama is just good.
You know what? Actually, other than Alabama, this is my second takeaway. I watched basically the whole Texas game. Texas looked decent. They played some defense, and their offense looked pretty good. And that running back they have is probably the best running back in college football. I think Robinson,
they look good. Yeah, he looked good.
He can make some.
We're not going to go Sam Ehlinger. We're back, but I think Sark has them on the right trajectory.
They play at Arkansas. They're probably going to put a beat down on them this week, but Texas looked decent. I'm not going to. You were saying they were too high, but I looked all right.
They shut down Louisiana, who everyone thought was going to be good. I'm pulling up Texas' schedule right now, so let's just see where we think they're next.
The only team they play other than
they got Oklahoma. Arkansas, then they got Rice, Texas Tech, TCU, and then we got the Red River rivalry. That's going to be on October 9th. So their first real test against Oklahoma, who, by the way, Oklahoma, like what was going on versus Tulsa?
Yeah, they didn't look that great.
Or versus Tulane. Like that didn't look good. Spencer Rattler did not look good. So the two quarterbacks who we thought were the two best in Sam Howell and Spencer Rattler just did not look good. Bryce Young from Alabama looked awesome. Speaking of quarterbacks, the Presbyterian quarterback. Did you see this?
No, you're telling me about it though.
I'm pulling up his name. Michigan transfer. His name is Ren Heffley. Threw 10 touchdowns in his college debut for Presbyterian. 10 touchdowns. I mean, this is 10. Like, this is like playing Madden and like putting on a rookie. And this guy just decided to sling it. He threw for 538 yards and 10 touchdowns for Presbyterian, which is just, I can't believe that. They won 84-43 over St. Andrews. He went 47 of 61. Oh, wait. Oh, there was three quarterbacks that played for Presbyterian. They went, this one quarterback through the transfer from Michigan, Ren Heffley, threw for 538 yards and 10 touchdowns. The other two quarterbacks combined.
Who did they play?
St. Andrews.
Who the hell is St. Andrews?
It's FCS football.
Okay, who cares? They probably was not an FCS team.
Jordan, the entire team, two other quarterbacks came in, and the three quarterbacks combined to go 47 of 61 for 621 yards and 12 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's crazy. Probably.
I think this coach's name is Kevin Kelly. I think this is the coach from a small school in Alabama that never punts, only onside kicks, and just chucks it downfield.
Maybe, hopefully, that'd be cool.
I think I'm 99% sure. This guy's awesome. I think that's who it is.
That's what I would do. I would never punt.
Yes.
You guys should never punt.
So, Jordan,
do you guys punt?
If we have to.
No.
So, Kevin Kelly is from
what do you guys gain? Like
Polsky
10 yards?
Academy. This guy's Polsky. No, we actually have a punter. This guy's name is Kevin Kelly. He's from Polsky Academy, Little Rock. He went 9 straight state championships and an overall record of 216 victories in 18 seasons.
Yeah, he was also like he passed every time, and then he was working on like they had like 30 onside kick routines.
Yeah, because
and then he also was working on laddering downfield. He said that was the next thing in football is laddering, like throwing and then actually working on having like your players instead of trying to block, run next to you so you can like throw them the ball. Because
he's an innovator. I remember
I saw him on HBO. He almost got a job at like Yale because he was like a math
guy
teacher. And he was like, I've done the math and this is the best way to play football. And they were going to hire him because he was like, I don't know what Ivy League school. And then they backed out the last second.
Yeah, because there was a thing that we had on him.
Aggressive.
Yeah, you're right. There was a thing on him too that we saw where even if he's on his 1 yard line, he'll still go for it on 4th down because he's like, we're going to score anyway. So whether we punt it or not, they give him the ball. Like most high school punters can't punt it more than 20 yards. Okay, we're on our 1 yard line, we punt it, it goes to the 20. I mean, they're probably going to score anyway, so why not just do it this way? And he said too, the kids buy into it and they play even harder, knowing that that this is the situation. But the guy won 9 straight. The guy won 9. Or doesn't say 9 straight, but he won 9 state titles in 216 wins in 18 years. That's impressive. Like that's
every other year he's winning a championship.
Yeah, and not only that too. The difference between Arkansas and Washington when it comes to high school football is we can't have more than one guy. We have to have a balanced number on either side of the kicker. So we'll get the most we can go is 6 on one side, 4 on the other. So we have to do it that way. Like they can go like one guy by himself.
Is there where you have to put the ball?
Yes, you have to put the ball. Well, no, you can move it to either hash, but then you also
you can't put it outside of the hash.
No,
because I would put it all the way as close to the sideline as I could. Then I'd line up like everyone.
No, it has
really
to be inside
close.
the hashes, and then also we have to stand on. So they put the ball on the 40. We have to stand on the 45, and we can't move until the ball is kicked. So that's a Washington rule. So so that was crazy right there. When it comes to that was our last thing. Do you have anything else for college football? It was just great to have college football back.
Yeah, it was awesome.
How cool was it?
Hopefully the Pac-12 looks better.
And by the way, game day this week is going to Ames, Iowa. Whoo, baby. Iowa looked awesome, by the way. They beat down.
Iowa State didn't look great.
Iowa State didn't look great. Iowa did look great. They put a beat down on Indiana, who looked kind of like frauds. But I'm just excited for college football to be back. I'm excited for college football to be back. We had the game day crew there. We had Lee Corso
I don't really
giving
care
the fake pick.
Game day.
I do. Game day is part of the culture.
It sucks. They only talk about like 4 teams.
They talk about like multiple games.
Yeah, but for like a second, they're like, in this game, oh yeah, hey, we talked about the Cheez-It game of the week.
Jordan, they have to. That's how they drive ratings.
Boring.
You can't hate on them. Whatever. Well, this place right
here. It was better back in the day.
You know what, Jordan? Maybe we can make up our own game day and go fly around the country, but we don't have that type of money.
Oh, no.
So, okay. Once again, guys, we are going to move straight into our our NFL Pick'em Week 1. This will be out on Wednesday, the 7th. Am I right on that, Jordan? Is tomorrow the 7th? Tomorrow's the 8th. This will be out Wednesday, the 8th, before you guys get a chance to do your picks, which will be Thursday. The games we're going to talk about today, let me pull them up real quick. The games we're going to talk about today, I can't find my notes, which are right here.
I got it.
Jordan's got it. I got it right here.
Green Bay. All right, go.
It's Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay. It is Los Angeles Chargers versus the Washington football team. It is the Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints, and then we each have our own lock of the week, which we did not tell each other. All right, so those are the games we're picking this week. These picking shows will be a little bit more quicker. We just want to really get into our NFL picks and kind of break down the game. All right, so Jordan, I'll let you start with the Thursday night game first of Dallas Cowboys, Tampa Bay. The money line is on it's Dallas Cowboys plus 290 money line. The spread is 8 plus 8.5 for Dallas Cowboys, and the total is 52 for over under. So Jordan, where are you at on this game?
Hammered Tampa Bay. Dallas is not good. Prescott is hurt. Dallas is not going to be good this year. They have a bunch of players just coming off COVID. Zach Martin might not play.
He's not playing. He's out.
No, they're just McCarthy today was just like kind of like, oh, I didn't say he's not going to play. He's probably not going to play, but I'm just covering my bases here. If he's out, this D line is going to eat them up.
He's their best. Zeke said it. Zeke said it. Zeke knows he's our best offensive player.
Yeah, if he's not there, they're going to be terrible. I feel like Tampa Bay is going to be really hot at the beginning of the year. They're going to probably put it on them. I don't know about the over under, but I'm taking Tampa. Say 8.5. I feel like they're going to pull it out.
I hate to do this for our first.
I found 8.
I found 8. It must have just moved. We'll go 8. We'll go with what you had first. So 8. So I'm with you on this. I like Tampa Bay.
I still would take it at 8.5.
I like this game at 8.5. When I saw it, I liked the game at 8.5. Tampa Bay returns everybody. This isn't going to be where they have to wait to bring they don't have to wait to know what's going on. Like it took them like almost the entire season to figure out how to play with each other. This team now knows how to play with each other. Tom Brady is back. I don't care what you say. Tom Brady is still the best quarterback to ever grace us. He just is. He has all his receiver back. He even adds O.J. Howard, who did not play last year for them. O.J. Howard is back. Playoff Lenny is going to be ready to go right out of the gate. They still have a good running back in Ronald Jones. They have 2 good running backs. They have an unbelievable receiver core in Mike Evans, Godwin, Scotty Miller, Antonio Brown, O.J. Howard. Let me keep going. And Gronk. They still have all those guys. Their entire offensive line back. Defensive line back. Linebackers back. And don't forget, Winfield, their safety, was a rookie last year. And he just had a full year under his belt, and he's back. I love this pick at 8.5. Even if it's at 8.5, I still like this. I am hammering the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
If you could tease this, I might tease this up to 9.
You could. Nine's quite a bit. 9's quite a bit because the Dallas Cowboys defense is still not
good. Action on it, but I don't think that. I think Dallas is going to get blown out.
I've been saying
I don't think they're going to be a good team.
I've been saying Dallas Cowboys are probably going to win the division, but their defense still is not the best in the world. It was terrible last year. Like I said, it only can be better. But to beat this Tampa Bay team who just won a Super Bowl, they had to get to Tom Brady, which they're not going to get at Tom Brady because the ball is going to be out like that. And they're not going to be able, and that defensive line is just going to be eaten all night long if Zach Martin does not play. Not a fan of this. I like the 8.5. I'm going to hammer Tampa Bay at 8.5. And the Tampa Bays are going to be swinging that sword and they're going to be stabbing people left and right. There's some stabbing holes in that defense.
Yep.
All right. I hate that we're in agreement on that game. I hate it.
Yeah, well,
I hate it, but we got to go with it.
Yeah.
All right. The next game on our ticket.
If we both agree. Probably gonna.
Our next game on our ticket is kind of a tough one. Los Angeles Chargers versus the Washington football team. And as the Washington football team or the LA Chargers are -1, over under is at 44.5. Jordan, where are you on this one? This is a tight game. Exciting game. We've been talking about now for 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's at Washington.
It is.
And it's early morning, so West Coast team going east is always kind of tough. I'm taking Washington football team just because their D-line, Chase Young is going to hit Herbert. And they have a new line, new offense, or new lineman, new offense.
Yep.
New head coach. It's Washington's defense is the most elite unit, so I'm going to take them -1. And I'm going to hit the over at 44.5. I think there's going to be some points. I think Herbert's going to make some mistakes and throw a pick six or strip sack. There's going to be a defensive touchdown.
Okay. This is where we differ. We're going to differ now.
Yeah.
I am taking the Chargers to cover at -1. And I'm also going to take the under. Actually, no, did you take the under or the over?
I said the over.
I am not taking the over. I am taking the under because I think this is going to be a defensive battle. I think it's going to be like a 14-17 game. Both defenses are back.
You're going to forget one thing.
What?
It's early season Fitzmagic, baby.
No. I'm not going to go with the Fitzmagic early. That kind of right there just change it.
If this was like a week 7 game, I would be like, "Ooh, Chargers."
But I forgot about Fitzmagic.
It's early season Fitzmagic.
It's early season Fitzmagic. So I'm okay.
You got to think about this also.
No, you changed. No, you don't have to take into it. You changed my mind. This is the overs club. We love overs. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to take. I'm still taking the Chargers at -1, but you've changed my mind to an over of 44.5. That actually is pretty low for the NFL. If it goes 24-27, I mean, it hits the over.
Yeah.
So, which is what the game's probably going to be, like a 24-27 game. Hits the over. We're good. Jordan, you convinced me, but we are going to differ on, I think the Chargers cover and the Chargers win. I'm not saying money line, but I'm saying Chargers cover -1.
Well, if they cover -1, they win or tie.
Which, by the way, if you want to
take the money line.
Take the money line as well. I'm taking Chargers outright, Chargers -1, and I'm hammering the over, which could be my parlay of the week, which I might make it. I don't know. But I am saying -1, and I'm saying the over at 44.5. I'm saying that's where we differ on this one. But you did convince me at the over because you had to sprinkle in the little Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic is probably going to hit Terry McLaurin somewhere down the sideline. And like
Logan Thompson.
You're right. Early Fitzmagic. By the way, speaking of Logan Thomas, you're the reason why I drafted him in my fantasies because you hyped him up when we talked about him, the Washington football team. So you hyped it up. You're right. Fitzmagic, Justin Herbert are going to be slinging it. So there we go.
Yep.
Okay. Our next one, I'm going to save the Cleveland Kansas City game to the end. So right now we are going to move to the Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints, LASIK Jameis versus long hair Aaron. Jordan, where are we going?
I just want to point out this game is in Jacksonville.
It is
because of the hurricane.
Yep.
And I got Green Bay at -3.5. They're going to cover. I don't like the Saints. They're just released their Latavius Murray or Latavius. And
Latavius Murray.
Michael Thompson's out.
Michael Thomas.
Jameis's first start as New Orleans. Did he start last year in New Orleans? I don't know.
No,
but
that was Taysom Hill.
I don't think he's going to do it. I just feel like Green Bay is going to be a little FU tour. And I don't know about the over under. I'm not going to touch that 50. So that's kind of high. I don't think New Orleans is going to score that many points, but I never like to bet the under. I hate rooting against scoring unless it's a crazy number. But I just feel like Green Bay is going to come out and do some stuff. Aaron Rodgers is, at least, and their defense is good enough to hold down New Orleans. Sean Payton better game plan the shit out of this, to be honest, because if he doesn't, you better come up with some schemes to get some players open.
So you have to realize this. So I'm going to take the same thing. I'm taking Green Bay minus 2.5 as well. I'm taking Green Bay minus 3.5. I am going to take. I'm not going to touch the over under either. I don't like that 50 number. It's just too much for me. And I think Green Bay that minus 3.5. You have to remember, and this may sound crazy, but the New Orleans secondary coach, who everyone loved, is now the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. So they lost him, and that was like one of their best coaches that they had, was their secondary coach. And he's now in Detroit, which he's actually a good job, which is doing a good thing. Which Detroit Lions are on their way back. Motor City Dan Campbell, MCDC. We can get that in a little bit. But yeah, you're right. Aaron Rodgers is he's got his weapons back. He's got Randall Cobb, which everyone's like, oh, Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb is a very good inside the numbers, inside the hashes receivers. And that's what he wanted. He didn't have that guy. He hasn't had that guy besides.
He trusts him too.
He trusts him. And that's the things, like, he trusts to throw it to him. He has guys that drop the ball way too much. Randall Cobb will get the job done for him on the inside. He still has Devontae Adams on the outside. Robert Tonyan as their tight end, who's, by the way, underrated tight end. Really good tight end.
Their running backs are good too. Dillon and Jones.
Dillon and Jones are awesome. I mean, Jones had a breakout year 2 years ago, and last year he just solidified it, and that's why he got the contract. I love the idea of giant thighs, AJ of Dillon. I mean, that guy's got tree trunks for legs.
Yeah, he does.
They got the two backs. They got Thunder and Lightning. They got the weapons on the outside. Aaron Rodgers on an FU tour. That defense was not bad last year, and they might have the best. They might have one of the best corners. I'd say top 3 corners in the league. His name is, I'm losing his name right now. Jordan, think how many others?
Alexander.
Yes, thank you. Alexander is
I don't remember his first name, but I know it's Alexander.
Long, lanky. They got good corners. They got good secondary. Zadarius Smith is a beast in the middle. Coming out the edge. The two Preston Smith and Zadarius Smith coming off the edge. They just have everything in place to make a run. They just have to make sure they get out of their way at the end of the season. But right now, game 1 against LASIK Jameis and in Jacksonville just is going to throw the whole thing off. It doesn't really affect the Packers as much as it does affect the New Orleans Saints. So just for that kind of stuff, I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers at minus 3.5. I like that. I don't want to touch the over under at 50. It just scares me. So
yeah,
we're in agreement 50, with there.
Yeah, that's right. Good pick. I just feel like New Orleans isn't going to be that great this year. They're going to be decent, but not game 1.
I think they'll win. I think 9-10 wins for them, but not this game 1.
I don't know what I picked.
And lastly, I think the best game on the slate today, or coming up on Sunday, the best game on Sunday, which we're both going to watch. Well, you won't watch. Well, you might watch it. You're going to probably be busy in Hawaii.
Yeah, maybe. I'll probably watch the highlights.
Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs. Cleveland is +6. The over-under is at 54.5. Jordan, this is 6 points. Where are you going on this?
It's also at Kansas City.
It is in KC.
I'm going Cleveland. I think they're going to be pretty good. I think they're going to be within a touchdown. I think it'll be like a 3-point game.
Okay.
Cleveland's got a lot to prove. They really want to get the Super Bowl. They're going to probably treat this like their Super Bowl. They lost to Kansas City in the playoffs last year, and they probably think they should have won.
They should have won.
Yeah. And I'm hammering the over. This is going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think anyone stops anyone. But I still think Kansas City pulls it out, but it's going to be closer. It's going to be a pretty close game.
Like you're saying, like a 3-4 point game?
Something like a field goal.
This one's tough for me. This one's tough.
Yeah, I can see. I thought about it a lot too, and this is I just feel like they got that Cleveland's going to try and prove something. It's probably going to be the main game in the afternoon, I think.
I think it is. I think it's the 4:50 game on CBS. Is it? He's looking it up.
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, it's on at 1:25. So yeah, it's basically going to be going against the New Orleans Green Bay.
Which if both games are on, I'm fine by that. So for me, this is so hard. You made some good points. I'm going to say this. I think the Kansas City front set, the Kansas City offensive line is much improved. They put some trades into it. They put some money into it. I just think Patrick Mahomes almost won a Super Bowl without an offensive line. And he just makes plays. Cleveland should have won that game last year. I just don't trust Baker still at this point. I still don't trust Baker. I think the difference in this game is honestly going to be Tyrann Mathieu figuring out a way to pick off Baker Mayfield at some point. Tyrann Mathieu's gonna make a play for that defense where they're going to stop and they're going to win by like 7, maybe 10 points. I can see this being like a 35, maybe like a 34-24 game. I see this being more than 6. I think Kansas City's a much better improved team. And I think that taste in their mouth of losing the Super Bowl the way they did has been hanging on them. I think they're ready to just blow someone out, not blow someone out, but to really punch someone in the mouth and saying, hey, we're still here. We're still the best team in football. And so I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs at -6. The over-under at 54.5. I just don't like that number of 54.5. I mean, it could also be a game where it's also both defenses could shut both guys down, but I don't know. I don't
see that.
To me, I'm just saying, you're right. It's probably going to be a high scoring game. It could be like a 45-35 game for all we know. I just like Kansas City more. I just trust Kansas City more than I trust Patrick Mahomes more than I trust Baker Mayfield.
Well, yeah, let's just say that. But I just
that's where I'm going with it. I'm just going with that. I'm going with I trust Patrick Mahomes to make more plays than Baker. I think Baker will make more mistakes than Patrick. And though for that reason, I'm taking the I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs at -6. I'm not touching the over-under. All right. So with those wrapped up, we now have to do our locks of the week. All right. Jordan, what is your lock of the week?
You're not gonna like this lock, and a lot of my locks are probably gonna go against this team because I hate.
I know where you're going.
It's the Niners at -7.5 against the Lions. Oh boy, do I think Dan Campbell's a bad coach, and that rah-rah stuff isn't gonna work when you're getting your brains beat in by the Niners.
Why do you think he's a bad coach?
Because he is.
That gave me no information there. You said because he is. Give me more than this. Because he is.
Because the way he talks and goes about his life, he is not a good coach. He thinks he's just out tough everyone. It's not gonna work. You can't out tough them. They're gonna outsmart you. You think Shanahan is gonna out coach him by a million miles? And I would hammer the over at 45 because I feel like the Niners are going to score at least 30 points. At least.
Yeah, that defense is bad. That defense
it's going to – this is my lock. People, do it. Take the Niners over the Lions, 7.5. They're at least going to win by 10.
I can't do that. I can't go against my Lions, even though that'd be making a lot of money. I'm not going that way. I'm going somewhere different. I'm going where a rookie quarterback is starting in this first game against a coach that's proven to be a good coach from a former team. And I'm going to take Miami Dolphins at +3 to cover against New England Patriots and mac and cheese. That's mine. Okay. I just see the Miami Dolphins being the defense will be too much. It's too much for Mac Jones to try to handle as his first game against after a good defense in Miami. I think Mac Jones will figure it out, just not week 1 against a good Miami team. And Brian Flores kind of has Bill Belichick's number since he left. So in my eyes, week 1, is that game up in New England, Jordan? I can't see on my end. It is. It's in New England. It's not going to be cold. It's going to be nice in New England.
Yeah.
I think that the Dolphins team has got some pieces around there. Mac Jones doesn't really have any receivers. He doesn't really.
Henry?
I'll restate my statement. They don't have any receivers. Okay.
Yeah,
and Hunter Henry's hurt. And Hunter Henry, who they thought was going to.
What?
Yeah, I know. Weird. Again? Hunter Henry's hurt. So my lock of the week is the Miami Dolphins at +3. Miami's +3
against Belichick. I don't like that though.
Hey, you got to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Brian Flores, Tua, who granted Tua hasn't looked fantastic. I just think they're better than New England is. I just think overall they're a better team than New England. I also if this was mac and cheese like week 5, 6, 7, where he got some games under his belt against some live bullets, I'd go maybe more towards New England. But since it's early in New England, it's going to be nice. The weather's not going to be crappy. I think the Dolphins are going to figure out. I think Brian Flores is a very good coach. He's the one New England coach who you can say has actually done some good for a team. For those reasons alone, I just don't trust mac and cheese quite yet, as much as I do trust Brian Flores and a proven team in Miami.
You're all about the trust.
I'm about the trust. I'm about knowing what's going on. I know what I'm getting with Brian Flores and Tua and that defense. I don't know what I'm getting with New England and mac and cheese. I just don't know what I'm getting yet. That's why. Yet is the big one.
Sounds good.
Does it sound good to you?
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll put all these picks once again. These picks will be up on Twitter. Jordan, don't forget to send me your picks.
I already sent you my pick.
You did. I'll put these up on Twitter. This will be up later. This will be up Wednesday, the 8th, probably sometime around 6, like when I get home, like maybe 8, 9. It'll be up, so then you guys can watch it and get it out and going. Maybe I'll try to get out there even earlier if I can, if I have time. But yeah, I'll get it out there. Hey guys, once again, Upper Left Pod. Thank you for actually watching. We actually are getting people watching our views. We would like to get those subscriptions up, so please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Please do it. Give us some thumbs up. Give us some likes. And then also go to our Instagram page, go to our Twitter pages, go to our individuals, which you can see. They're both right here. Jordan keeps saying I spell his Twitter wrong, which it's not. Like and subscribe down below. Guys, please just get us a shout out. It'd be good to go. I wish I could just do this. This would be awesome. So we're trying. Jordan's there giving the finger guns. Like, just come on, just do it.
Don't forget. Diego's making picks.
Week 2, Obi versus Diego.
Yeah.
Winner. Are we doing
Loser dies.
Are we doing a buried alive match?
Has to kill their pet.
That took a dark turn.
That's terrible. We're not doing that.
No, let's just say loser. Loser has to eat dog or cat food.
No. We'll think of something, but that's not happening.
You won't eat a little piece of dog food?
No.
Of dry dog food?
Nah.
No?
No. We'll think of something.
We'll think of something. All right, guys. Have a good night. Don't forget,
everyone.
Like and subscribe.
Be responsible.
All right, guys. See ya.